What's good about it is this Kingdom Under Fire would be possible on the Switch 2. They're about to release the Switch 2 and an increase in processing power. You know, uh, and worst comes to worst, if the console would not even be able to support the title, stream it. It would be a yeah. You would still get a cartridge, but you would stream some of the content. Worst comes to worst, like kind of like it could work. You could have a backup streamer or something, But the console should be more than capable in processing power to handle this title. I don't know the specs officially, but I'm thinking, if they're releasing a new console, it must be quite an upgrade, some sort of an upgrade in processing power. The Switch 2 is coming. I did hear about it. I didn't check the specs or anything, but Kingdom of Fire would be a great idea. It would be quite an interesting tale, and would leave space in the story for a follow-up title after that. Yeah, basically Link and Zelda would then the follow-up of Kingdom Under Fire. Link and Zelda and their royal guard would be taking the fight to their world. Yeah, and go to their home world and try to take down their forces and take over their territory. Yeah, because they would want to protect Hyrule, right? And therefore, they would take the fight to them. Kingdom Under Fire 2, yeah, would be a follow-up title to Kingdom Under Fire. Kingdom Under Fire 2. Yeah, basically Link and Zelda would be taking the fight to them. It would be a completely new map. Yeah, you would basically redesign a new map entirely. That would be my idea. I even have a follow-up? Yeah. Not only I have a working Zelda title, I have a follow-up already planned out. That's exactly my point. I have an interesting idea, and I even have a follow-up idea. Kingdom Under Fire 2. Yeah, you would simply take the fight to the Fire Nation and try to take them down. Yeah, basically, raise an army and try to fight. It would still have the same abilities. You still have the same abilities and stuff in the game, but you would have a new map entirely. Yeah, for the follow up. Yeah, and you would be basically trying to take over their territory. Yeah, or stop them. Period, from coming back to Hyrule. Because they would have tried to invade, right? In Kingdom Under Fire. So in Kingdom Under Fire 2, you would be taking the fight to them, yeah, to prevent Hyrule ever being invaded again. And then the follow-up would have unique dungeons designed, yeah, sections of the map, yeah, So there you go, that's my Zelda idea, I even have a follow-up idea. Yeah. What do you think, guys? No? He's good. Someone say he's good. He's smart business-wise. Yeah, that would make excellent sense. Yeah, that would make an extra Zelda title. That's what I heard. Yeah. He would actually have even two. Yeah. He would even have a second follow-up. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I heard, yeah. Glad you like my ideas. Link and Zelda would be in a romantic partnership throughout the game anyways, They would win a boss fight or clear an enemy camp of some sort. Upon exiting the portal, Zelda would hug and kiss Link and tell him, we did it, Link. We did it, It would be a recurring theme throughout the game, Link and Zelda would kiss, and so forth, it would still be any title. You wouldn't necessarily have sexually explicit scenes, and even then, like I said, the SRB have it wrong, Yeah, exactly. I even have a follow-up. Yeah, they would be taking the fight to the Fire Nation. Yeah. And you would be even able to command troops in the follow-up. and stuff. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's debatable. The NPCs would be program or have a AI to fight the enemy. Yeah, fight enemy camps or try to invade their castle. Yeah, try to invade their fortress. And their fortress would be quite big of sort. How would they be taking the fight to them, to the Fire Nation? That's up all is on the table. They would be simply taking the fight to them. Yeah, in the sequel, or even Kingdom Under Fire, first thing, could have its own redesigned engine, a new engine, maybe something like Unreal, and it would be, maybe, graphics like Twilight Princess, yeah, a more adult kind of Zelda, but while still keeping E rating, they would look more realistic, maybe, I don't know. That is up to Nintendo what engine they would use to make the title. I would simply rebuild the engine from the ground up. Use a new Unreal or something. And create a Zelda title where they are really human-like. Except with pointy ears. A more realistic Zelda game. Yeah, it would look a lot more realistic. But if you want to do a follow-up to Tears of the Kingdom and call it Kingdom Under Fire, it would have to recycle the game's engine and graphics, yeah. That is up to Nintendo if they like my idea to decide what game engine to do, or simply do a follow-up of Tears of the Kingdom using a new engine, using the same characters, make it a little more realistic, same characters, all the characters would come back into play 5 years down the road, for Kingdom Under Fire, but the map would be way bigger. Hero Castle would have been rebuilt. There would be a town, near Kakariko, basically, and Kakariko Village would still be in the game. The Gerudo Village would still be in the game, but there would be more sections added to the map. Yeah, the map would have even doubled. Yeah, the map would have doubled, and the Switch 2 should have enough processing power to handle it. I'm guessing. If not, I'm not sure how you would do it. But it could be, the game would simply reload the screens or sections of the map as it progresses. Yeah, it would not be open all in one go. It would still be open world, but the game would have minor loading. Yeah, you would see loading appear on screen, but the game would not freeze. The game would still be playable. But the game would be loading in data as you progress. Yeah, that could work. Depends on the Switch 2's processing power, what it can handle, and how big they are interested in making the map. I would double the map size. Yeah. I don't know how to put it. They may even be coming to Hyrule on boats, for example, at the start of the game, there would be a section at the start of the game where there's a boat that lands in Hyrule, that arrives in Hyrule via boat, yeah. Could be a few boats, and they would be building portals to their homeworld throughout the map, yeah, using a fire crystal of sort, an orange sort of gem, yeah. That generates a portal of sort in the machine, yeah. And when you exit the dungeon after defeating the boss, you would destroy said crystal of sort. The crystal would explode and the portal would shut down. And Link and Zelda would kiss, and that would be it. The follow-up to Kingdom Under Fire, exactly. It's simply an entirely new map. Using the same engine, entirely new map where you're invading or trying to invade their territory. Take them down before they come back to your Hyrule. Yeah, you would take the fight to them. And how we would progress through the game, it's up to Nintendo. If they like my ideas and concepts. I would like to contact Nintendo, see if they would be interested in my ideas and what I have to put on the table for a Zelda title. Like I said, for one, Zelda needs to be A, more implicated, B, more romantic with Link, you know, to make a good Zelda game, yeah. And a funny thing is, it could have an ending scene, where they actually have a baby at the end of Kingdom Under Fire. Or, for example, yeah, Zelda would not be pregnant throughout the game, but you would see an ending scene where they're having a baby or they have a baby. I think that would be cool. Therefore, and he would be a boy, and therefore Princess Zelda would have lineage. Yeah. And in the follow-up to Kingdom Under Fire 2, he would have grown up and be basically a third party in your unit. Yeah, basically, and he would, I don't know, would be learning in the story, or you play as you basically might play as this new character. Period. Their baby in the follow-up. When he's grown older, and taking the fight to them kind of thing, quite a few years down the road, he's still young, he's an adolescent, he would be an adolescent, and Zelda and Link would be very old in the follow-up, yeah, and the battle would have waged on, over time, and they're simply taking the fight to the Fire Nation, and trying to destroy their portal tech once and for all or something, you would, in the follow-up to Kingdom Under Fire, you would possibly play as their baby, as an adolescent. Yeah, and Link and Zelda would still be present in the game, but they would be a lot older, and would be, basically giving you orders or some sort, or telling you where to go, or that would be an interesting title. Play as Link and Zelda's baby. And I think his name would be something like Roman, or I don't know. I have the name Roman in mind for some reason. It just pops in my head. Roman. In the follow-up title, you may be able to play as their son. Yeah, Link and Zelda would still be in the story, and assisting you. But you would not play as Link in this title, in the follow-up. Yeah, you would play as their son. As their teenage son. Learning combat. You would start the game learning combat and stuff, and you would basically, you'd be starting to fight these troops, and you would then, and you would lead the troops to victory, basically, yeah. Learning about combat, you would be, you would start the game being trained, basically, as a royal guard of sort. You know what I mean? Link and Zelda would be training you at an early stage in the game, and basically, you would play as their son, yeah. It would be the first game in the story. You're not Link, you're not Zelda. You would be their son, yeah. It would be cute at the end of Kingdom Under Fire if Link and Zelda have a baby, yeah. They are in a romantic relationship. After winning the conflict, 2 years later, you would have a scene 2 years later, and you would simply see Zelda after childbirth, holding the baby, and Link, being proud of yeah. That would be the ending scene. They have a baby. And that would leave a new story for the follow-up, Kingdom Under Fire 2. You would play as their son. Next in line for the throne. And Link and Zelda are old and retired, basically, and just training you. Yeah, they would train you and give you your mission orders and stuff, and you are a royal guard, and you would even possibly climb in rank. We could even design a ranking system after so many enemies taken down, or encampments or parts of the map taken down. You would climb in rank. Yeah, simply, just become a general or some sort.